Oh, do 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 do. Boo 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 boo. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's go to the show. You mofos, let's go. Giddy up, plug in this sucker. We don't want to lose no battery power. Ronnie, I hope we're working today. Yesterday really sucked. I had no idea what the hell was going on, dude. I didn't know if you guys could hear me. I couldn't see any. I could see the messages, but it's like I was asking questions. How you doing, Judy? Sounds good. Yeah, it was weird yesterday. These days I don't have the patience to hang out and wait till everything gets all squared away. It's a beautiful day today. It's about 70 degrees. Grab your bikinis. Here we go. It is coffee time. So I missed everybody last night, but I took the opportunity to do some other work. I have taken time to get that all set up. So yeah, I'm in last night. I threw away the first live stream, and I'm like, people are saying hi, and I'm saying hi. I'm asking questions, and I'm not getting any. People are coming in. They're saying hi to other people, but I can't. They're not hearing my stuff. So I don't know. There's Angus Kisses. I was trying to talk to her last night. I don't know if she could hear me or not, so I'm not sure. You don't get glitches too often, but it's still irritating enough when it happens. This is going to be a nice stream tonight. Tomorrow's going to be a very short one because I've got to get up, and I'm going to be picked up at 4:30 in the morning on Saturday morning. I'd rather be down at the airport earlier than later because you never know on the 101 highway what the hell, some freak might turn his truck over or something, and then you're kind of stuck. So welcome aboard, everybody. Please bang it in with a thumbs up. It's very appreciated. I've been working my tail off putting up some content. It's not going to be stuff that people are going to fall all over themselves to watch right now, but it's going to establish a legacy. It's going to establish a trail that people are going to find that trail and come and understand some of what I believe is some of the wisdom that I've been putting out into the ether sphere here, and of course the fun stuff. I was in the shop today. I did some tube testing and all that. So welcome in all of you. I appreciate you all being here. Please take a moment to hit the thumbs up button. It's going to be a very short trip. I'm leaving Saturday and I'll be back probably live Thursday evening. So we're not talking about a lot of time here. We're talking about a very quick turnaround time from the East Coast back, just in time to jet lag my sack here. Let's put her in here. All right. How you doing, Callie Mo? Russ, how are you? We got Judy. Nice to see Judy. We got Ronnie. Angus Kisses. Always an honor to see each and every one of you. All right, let's get the show on the road. It does not appear that I am charging properly here. It could be that I have high charge. I don't know. There we go. I'll be right back. Damn, I did lose a lot of weight, man. said I look like her favorite baseball player. I said, who's that? She said, I don't know. Sherry. Corey, I got a clean bill of health. That's beautiful. I lost 18 pounds. Just need to keep it up. Good for you. I see handcuffs in the back. What's going on? Do it? Why are the handcuffs in the back? I don't know. These days you got to feel a little eerie when you have a white van, the panel work van, so to speak, and I use work in quotation marks. Man, what a beautiful day today. Oh, man. If I had a pair, I would have bikinied up today. But I don't. Don't back up on me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ooh. Ooh. Man, these people are like nutty around here. They must have spring fever or something. Do 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 do. Do do do. Boo boo boo. This guy's looking like ramming speed on me. These people grow these cactuses. These damn things take over the whole yard. I guess they eat them. I don't know. I got some cactus in my yard, but I don't make it a showpiece. Is that Catherine? How you doing, Catherine? Do 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 do. Boy, when I see weather like this, my spirits are so good. My spirits are so fine. One more day, and then it's sayonara, baby. We're going to be dreamlinering 787 across this great land. I do have a window seat. I hope we don't lose a window pop out. Really? So torn up. So what do we got? 70, I'm showing 77 degrees. I don't know if it can really be 77. Yeah, good job. That is really good to have lost that weight. I can certainly tell. Plus a tremendous amount of exercise too. It helps. Thinking of some stuff I can cut out so maybe I can join the gym. They did that Planet Fitness, which is next to Total Wine and Beef. Total Wine and Beavers down there. Yeah, go ahead, dude. We're not in a parade. There you go. It's got a nice convenience factor, and it's very cheap too. I guess you have to be yourself. You always got to be yourself. Now I consider myself sort of just fluid. If I feel like it, I am. If I don't, I'm not. So. Spend a lot of time on it anymore. It's just I got bigger fish to fry out there. I got bigger fish to fry, Russ. These ain't no pan-sized fish, brother. So everybody make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Had this crick in the neck for a while. I see Karen, because he was angry. I had to get over. You know what? The fact that you recognize that, and the fact that you took steps to address that, Russ, and put that behind you, there's a certain beauty in that, psychologically speaking, that's really of benefit for the mind. All right, go ahead, babe. That's all right, honey. Take up the whole road. Don't mind me, Vic. Don't mind me. Looked like we just ran in on a drug deal. Okay. Oh, it's just unbelievable here today. It would have been a great day to lay out today. Get some sun. Ooh, little taps. All right, so once again, let me just say, last night, I had no idea what went on. I come on, I see people talking, I see Angus Kisses saying to, I don't know, somebody, cold, isn't it? And it's like I don't know if you guys can hear me or you couldn't hear me last night, but I heard that YouTube's program was cocked over last night, so I just, you know, I don't got the patience to just stick around anymore and wait till they get themselves straightened out. There's a lot of pressure, obviously, these days with all this AI stuff. Yeah, the ability to successfully hack systems definitely on the increase. When you think about the way, I don't know, was it Angus Kisses who got phishing thing? And she had to go to a lot of work. How you doing, Dr. Frankenstein? I could hear you, but I kept answering a question and nobody would answer the question. This is much more normal. It was busted all over. Yeah, it's you know, they're a really ripe cherry for the plucking out there. Just think they probably the hacking schools probably make it like a final examination if you can hack in to somebody's stuff. Now, just in the interest of full disclosure, I have a metal detecting company that has been after me for a long time to work with them, and I like the products that they represent, so I might be doing something promotional on that. I haven't decided. I told you guys, if I ever promote something, it's something good. Not that anybody's going to go rush and buy a detector, but this seems like a good quality. This seems like a good quality operation. I might get a new gear to check out or promote and see if it works good. Yeah, I'll tell people it's good. But I already took time to vet this guy to make sure that it's, you know, I'm only going to I'm not the kind of person that you're going to get caught in BS. This channel is a community. Yeah, well, we love you, Russ, and we're sorry you had all that operations and heart stuff, but you're on the path, and that's good. So we'll see where it goes. I don't have time to fiddle with it right now. Obviously the guy loves, I mean, I don't know whether he knew I got a video of it's coming up. It's going to be hot AF over the weekend, and I don't think he could have caught wind of it. I don't know, but he must have checked out some of my stuff. So I don't know if I will or I won't. I'm just telling, because I always said I don't want to promote things unless it was something really, because I get 50 things a day. Microphones, camera gear, cookware, creams, lotions, 50 bikini companies and stuff. I mean, it's just, I don't have time for a lot of nonsense on that. Yeah, so I like what I like usually, and that's it. I'm not one to jump around. But my brother-in-law is yeah, that's a big deal, Dr. Frankenstein. That's a big deal, but we've advanced so far in cardiology. It's amazing, things like AFib. It's really beautiful. Cardiology is one of those fields, and I spent 22 years in clinical medicine with pushing paper, so you notice trends. You would notice trends and things. And I noticed that cardiac medicine just got better and better and better and better. And the survival rates and the success rates went up and up and up and up. Yeah, I take magnesium every day. I have 5 stents. Yeah, it's good. 5 lifesavers in you. It's like a 5-flavored lifesaver rolled right inside of you. I always count myself lucky. There's really no heart. I mean, it's a pretty boring medical tree for me. As far as heart stuff goes and all. So I don't. Plus, you guys know I'm always maintaining my weight, and I'm always working out, and I'm always got a lot of projects that I'm doing. And it's really going to be in high gear when I get back. There's going to be a short window where we got to get a lot of stuff done before I go taking off on like the 14th of March or something like that. UAB. University of Alabama, Birmingham. Yeah, I'm glad everybody, there's a lot of people that are dealing with a lot of stuff out there. It's not fun. Bunny Allen's in front of me. Oh, probably sleep with yeah, well, you're still trucking along, so you got the good gene from your mother. And that Allen. So yeah, it's a blessing to have all that technology and all that know-how and have the ability to have it paid for, and it's a beautiful thing. We've come a long way. Shit, I go all the way back to the days when the boys at Pfizer were starting to bring Viagra samples around. That was pretty funny, man. They pushed that thing. Here's 30 boxes to keep on the shelf. I'm like, holy crap. You think they push things these days? Oh, hell no. hell no. So my plane takes off ostensibly at about sometime like 10:51 a.m. or something like that. And United is pretty good at being able to maintain their departure time because they pay premium prices as a hub airline to get some sort of priority. And I think I'm going to be landing about seven. Gonna gain 3 hours, 5.5 hours. So you add 8.5 hours. Yeah, you're probably like 7 o'clock, something like that. Rosie, I had a heart attack in the ambulance because I had a breath. And then I went to the hospital. And God, I'm okay. Yeah, I had a hard time breathing. Yeah. What was the cause of the hard time breathing? Was it the heart attack causing the hard time breathing, or was the hard time breathing limiting your oxygen intake and causing you to your heart to spaz out? Because all a heart attack is an uncontrolled cramping of the heart muscle, right? And you had some major blockages going on, and it's behind you now. This thing gives you more stamina. It gives you more ability to live a life as you want to live it, especially if you lose weight. I mean, that's a good thing. Yeah, I don't know. We've got a pretty tight. I think we got a pretty tight schedule. We got arrive on Saturday, and then the party is on Sunday, and then Monday we drive. We drive to Virginia, and then Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, I'm in Virginia. Tuesday we're going to the White House. So it's a pretty action-packed. It's a pretty action-packed few days. Why fish are so healthy? They eat fish. It's hard to get fat on fish, although tuna certainly show that they can get nice fat from fish. I'll try to do something live when I can. I'm not sure if it's going to be here on the other channel, because I have a lot of good recorded, very high quality, very interesting stuff coming up. More than enough to fill the bowels of YouTube. So I can kind of focus. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to just wander around videoing in the White House. I guess, I don't know. How did you live to be 110 years old? I drank 1 Busch Light per day. Well, my grandmother lived to 99, and she had a national beer every day. She fully recovered from three massive strokes, and after 2 of them, she went back to work. And the third one, she said maybe it's time to just retire. That's it. Clogged artery, and then I had a heart attack. Yeah, that's what it'll do. That heart is a muscle, and it's struggling. It's got a job to do, bro. It's got to push oxygenated red blood cells out. Got to take the return circuit, like the neutral return, back to the heart. Then it's got to oxygenate itself too. And I don't know about your weight or anything like that, but a lot of times obesity puts a lot of stress on the heart muscle. because it's a lot of meat that it's got to go through and oxygenate, even fat. It's more work uploading content than recording it. Well, if you're going to be on a trip or something, like normally if I'm on a trip, I like to do stuff real time. Like when I'm on the road, if I've done something that day, you can count on seeing it that night, or a restaurant review. But here I got to pre-stack up stuff, so I have to record stuff. I've done a lot of shop recording work. I've done a lot of metal detecting. So it makes my trip more enjoyable if I don't feel like, if I feel like I have everything all taken care of, then I can punch a couple shots of, Jim Beam or Woodford Reserve or something. And just kick back. And then if something good's coming up, some YouTube shorts or something like that, I want a tube tester. That's it. Did you see Dr. Frank's? I had what's in the place that Accurate Instrument Company used to be, is a little roadside church in the Bronx, New York there. I thought that was kind of cute. Because let me tell you, ladies, they don't build shit in New York City anymore, anywhere. So that was pretty funny. That was the epicenter, man. That was it. Long Island, the Bronx, Queens. They weren't doing anything in Manhattan, but there was a lot of shit. Saul Morantz over in Kew Gardens. Queens. Avery Fisher. There's a lot of stuff going on. RCA in New Jersey. It was a hot hub, man. It was really hot. Really hot. Now it's all just it's all paper now, Dr. Frankenstein. It's all just paper. And we're about to see that a society that really doesn't produce anything but just trades in knowledge and process is going to have a really difficult time rebasing the economy when so much has been pointed towards wealth. I don't even know if you saw today that Caesar said we're shopping ourselves around. They're so heavily in debt. They see the writing on the wall down there. And Caesar's probably retained Goldman Sachs and said, put out the feelers that we're amenable to a takeover offer. And then they're talking about the Fertitta brothers possibly taking it on. But right now, you're kind of buying a pig in a poke, dude. These software companies and now the hardware, they're just getting reamed, man. And you just don't have the do-re-mi to go flinking around Vegas, $800 bottle service, poolside with Marshmallow the DJ at the club at the Encore. $500 cabana rental for the day. Maybe somebody will pay for me when I get all gigged up. I don't know. Yes, it's still so is the West Coast. Getting my cataract surgery done. That's a breeze, Russ. That's one of those high success surgeries like carpal tunnel surgery. I just feel New York City is lost. Well, it is kind of lost. A lot of people are attracted to the opportunities of a large city like New York City or San Francisco, LA. But they come there and they find out, yeah, there's plenty of work schlepping food around or humping bagels out, slinging pizzas, waiting tables, but you're not going to get, it's going to be a hard thing to get over to Broadway and make your name as a star and all that shit. If I had to live in a big city, it would be Chicago. I could enjoy New York City. I've spent plenty of time in New York City. I could enjoy Philadelphia. I've enjoyed Boston all the time I've spent up in Boston. I don't know what the hell, I can't even understand what the people are saying half the time. Kansas City, yes. I don't know about Denver. See, Denver, yeah, Broadway's pretty fucked, if you pardon my expression. Denver's one of those cases that crap load of people moved along the Front Range there from Colorado's Pueblo all the way up. All along the Front Range of the Rockies there. And now you have massive traffic, quality of life issues. It's a lot. AI will save Broadway. Broadway, Corky, is most dependent on two things: having a good story to tell and having people with big money to be able to afford a Broadway seat at the Schubert Theater or something like that in New York. They said next year the NFL package, these companies are overbidding for this so much, it's going to be $800 for the football package next year. Wow-wee. People say, Rosie, you never watch football, but I know more about football than the people that are sitting there watching every damn game because I know the important shit to concentrate on. But I'll tell you what, Corky, the financial district, right now, people are trading in paper. And they're taking these companies out and just drilling them in the head right now. Even though they're coming out, oh, we have a $50 billion buyback and we have $78 billion backlog and look at this, we're dancing, watch me shuck and jive. Meanwhile, he's on the horn to his broker, get me the hell out of this stuff. However, I live in Jersey, had to leave NYC. A lot of people, it became very, very fashionable to be over in Fort Lee, over in Hoboken. That area was all yuppified, gentrified. So all of New York is ready to return to that 1970s what was his name, the mayor back then, the Jewish guy, not Bloomberg, I can't remember the guy's name. When shit was really bad and Ford to New York City dropped dead when they wanted a loan. And what the hell was the guy's name? Yeah, Mayor Crotch. Now you have a chance to see Fort Apache, the Bronx, played out. Please hit the thumbs up button, it is appreciated. Because the only thing that differentiates New York City from other major metropolitan areas is the fact that the financial is situated there. Yeah, Secaucus, but a lot of Patterson, Secaucus, but a lot of that stuff is quietly going down to Florida because, well, if I'm Jamie Dimon and I'm making $25 million a year, and I'm going to be taxed, local taxed $4 million. Jamie's like, you know what? We could do a lot with $4 million. For what we spend a year in taxes here, we could have a place on, I don't know, wherever the hell all the big cats like Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, where these guys hang out. So you can see, and then Madame comes along and talks about, I need to raise property taxes in New York City, and you can just hear this collective groan, especially down in Battery Park and down in the deep financial Wall Street, down in that area. How you doing, Naomi? Yeah, I'm just saying, it just will. And then they're thinking about how, some people are actually thinking about how can we pass a law to keep people from leaving. In other words, Corky, how do we trap the rats? How do we trap these freaking rats in the trap here? You know what the long-term prospects of New York City are. I know what the long-term prospects of New York City are. I know that all of the headquarters are gradually moving down to the Sun Belt. And the people are like, with these bills coming in, oh, hell no. My nephew's big-time broker in New York City with one of the big brokers. Made a damn fortune for himself. He saw the writing on the wall a couple of years ago. He said, you know, I could just have this wind down, or I can go where the action is on commercial space now. And see you later, alligator. Yeah, that's kind of the way it is, Russ. It's like you're being held hostage to ideals that you may or may not buy into. But so much of New York's nightlife, restaurants, theater scene, travel scene is all built on very high paying jobs. Westchester, it's not a bad time to be mobile and nimble in life, you know? These slobs, this Jack Dorsey, who was really big with the origination of PayPal and I guess that shit. He just announced, I'm laying off 40% of my workers. 6,000 people. And I bet not a one of them was making less than $80,000, $90,000 a year. You multiply that by 1,000 down in Santa Clara, San Jose, San Francisco. You're going to see more prime real estate up for sale. Because literally, a place like San Jose, a place like Silicon Valley, Mountain View could literally just implode like a black star. Black hole, just, you know, like what's happening to Mercury. Is it cool? Is it getting crunchier? That's why I think this series of morning videos that I've done is critically important to people, because I don't want anybody to come to me later and say, shit, why didn't we see this coming? And I'm going to tell you another thing. These rats on the ships, these captains, first mates, admirals, you bet your ass these guys are leaping off like crazy right now. It's called Get Out of Dodge time. I'm doing great, Naomi. How you doing, baby? Feeling good? About 24 pounds down. Corky, you know it. They might talk about, I got this pipeline, we got that pipeline. But at the end of the day, they know that pipeline is gradually having a cork put in it at the other end. And I don't want to use the Russ analogy, but there's a heart attack in the offing. So much money has been misallocated, misinvested. It's not even a question, Dr. Frankenstein, like I said today, it's not even a question of getting a return on the money. It's a question of getting the damn money back. I want to put the line in the sand, however, they keep moving it closer. Well, I know, Russ. We're just glad, Russ, you're still here. What's going on, Elmer? These people, what you think is, these people will lie to your face. And let me tell you, having been in private banking and major financial institution, there's a lot of people out there that lie. They'll tell you what they're doing on this side, and then they're doing something else on that side. What's going on, Buttercup baby? Then they're doing shoveling that shit out the back door like their hair's on fire. They don't have an ounce of compassion for you. They consider you a sucker. Salesforce comes out, yes, oh yeah, here's our earnings. They mark it down after the market close. Companies coming out, oh, we're having a $50 billion buyback. And all the pigeons, ooh, that's great. Meanwhile, the CEO sees that revenue stream cork coming into the end of the pipe. Get me out of it. I don't give a shit. Dump it. Then after hours again today, they just throw it overboard like it's on fire. Got 5G. That's nice, Buttercup, baby. You don't have a phone with data capability? I drove a truck 50, and they'll never bullshit you. That's what I'm saying, Russ. You're original New Yorker, dude. New Yorkers are the hardest people on planet Earth to bullshit. Especially a Jewish New Yorker. You'll never bullshit a Jewish person in New York. Never, 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 never. The cleverest, the smartest, always ahead. Always in the know. Always get the jungle telegraph going. Couldn't you get another iPhone or anything? I couldn't go without a phone for 3 months. Wow. After the flood, all the colors came out. Oh no. Even some of these millionaires that live in $6 million homes, they don't consider themselves rich. But they look at $42,000 property bills and it's like, yeah, it's got a little bit of a sting to it. No, don't always avoid. I know way to back up. I think. Yeah, you could have gone to a store and they would. I'm sure Charleston and Wheeling and all them have stores that can do the data transfer for you. Anyway, it's all irrelevant. You're here now. That's all that matters. Welcome back. Glad you got your phone. Glad you got 5G. It took me years to get on 5G. Oh well, okay. Well, I hope things are looking up for you, Buttercup, baby. Anyway, we're glad to see you. Well, nobody ever beat that, Russ.
Low-key, that like little trail is kind of nice. Yeah, it is.
Yes, he did, Corky, but you got these guys that got the world by the shack. Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and I'm not passing judgment on Bill Gates. He had some affairs and stuff, right? His wife handled it with class and dignity. But at that ilk of people, Jamie Dimon, they're all like, oh man, one day this is going to be gone. Shit. It's so unfair. I reach to the top of the mountain and they take the mountain away. This is what occupies the mind of these people. Amazon already knows its best days are behind it now. It has no idea what to do for an encore. Look around the world today. People have no bloody concept of what to do. The next great thing. Space travel, forget about it. You'll be so chewed up by radiation in space that, you'll be lucky you don't get cancer if you even survive the trip to Mars, much less the return. So many reams will be reaming you. Forget about that crap, space travel. People going nuts. Hey, man, can you imagine somebody, yeah, it's going to take a year to get to Mars or so. And somebody goes postal. I'm pouring my drink over the control panel. Corky, what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to just spin out of control and get sucked into Neptune's orbit and crush like a diamond at the end of it. What's the next big thing? And everybody dies, yeah. Somebody goes absolutely out of their mind. And all of a sudden the radio transmissions die. I don't know, guys. I guess they gravity busted their balls. That's it. Yeah, it took 10 cops to pull me over. It was like Vince McMahon going 100 miles an hour in his car. Yeah, don't press the button. Somebody's going to lose their mind, right? You don't even know this last mission that they got scrubbed. They had to bring this guy back from the space station. It's kind of like weird, like, oh. Normally they tell you the guy blew a heart tube or, you're cooped up in a metal can. You talk about a science fiction horror movie. Porky starts raging. I'm not eating this damn slop again. I hate all of you. Now predicted to start around 2030, 6G. Can you imagine that? Let me tell you, Elmer, East German Elmer, you'll be lucky that you have a pot to piss in. Over there. You'll be lucky you got a pot to piss in, brother. We've had tremendous overconsumption in this country. For one reason and one reason alone, Corky, because we've tremendously overvalued knowledge, the accessibility of knowledge, and the processing of knowledge. That's it. That's all. Now it's like the balloon. I like cops if they stay the hell away. I tell news that has to be told, Buttercup, baby. You'll have enough people that blow smoke up your ass every day and tell you how wonderful everything is. Meanwhile, they're running out the back door. They've opened the safe. They've taken everything with them that they can take. And when you go in, all you'll hear is the banging of a door and the wind. Like something out of the Old West. The insiders. The Jack Dorseys. The Jeff Bezoses. The Acoif, Salesforce, all these birds. Sam Altman. They're priming that IPO for Anthropic. And the birds will be flocking to that like there's no tomorrow. You'd have to watch the morning vlogs to really be current, Naomi. To really get a sense of what the reality of what's really going on. And I see the rats. And I know how the rats operate, and I see what the rats are doing. I don't feel like I'm like Captain Queeg on the Kane Mutiny. Oh, they took the strawberry ice cream, you know. This is the real deal. I think a big politician barbecue is coming. A bull and oyster roast. All of this beautifully explains why gold and silver are so high. Because at the end of it all, Corky, precious metals are it. Mesmerizing humanity for 5,000 years. All else is dust in the wind. Dr. Frankenstein put it best. You'll have nothing and you'll like it. The Lord said, a prophet is never welcome in his own home. Yeah, some people want to throw me over the brow of the hill. But I will not be silenced. Silver high, can't get more. Can get more for. Isn't good gold and silver high? Can get more. High is a relative thing, Naomi. Is it high relative to $500 an ounce? Yes. Is it high relative to $25,000 an ounce? No. Sometimes our thinking tends to be anchored in the past and not looking ahead enough about the future. We look at that gold and people, oh, that'll come down again to $500. I wouldn't count on it. You see the Chinese yuan, I've been banging the drum for the Chinese yuan for 2 years now. Up, up, up. Swiss franc. Dealers won't buy it. The refiners aren't buying it. There's not as much stuff out there as you think there is. Not a lot of people have a silver service set that was handed down by grandma. Or silver candlesticks. What silver they have is tiny, tiny, tiny amounts. The first wave of sellers have gone in now and they capped the market for a while. They could very well end up being the people that have a lot of regrets. We don't know yet. Meanwhile, I'm just enjoying the good weather. Kicking back, kicking ass, and taking names. Some more empty delivery close to chapped. I'd rather get a high offered price of $1,000 than $500 for my unwanted jewelry. Nothing is ever unwanted. It just needs a new home. Can you imagine that today, Corky? That Jack Dorsey, what was he, the founder of PayPal or eBay or something, one of them, laid off 40% of his company. I'm coming east on Saturday, Buttercup. I will probably come within a 150-mile radius of your location. It'll be like an asteroid that's just passing a planet. It'll just graze through your, it won't fall into your gravitational field, but it'll whiz past. And I'll be doing that on the drive from New Jersey to Virginia. That's it, just like a ice ball, a giant ice ball in the sky on the road. Whizzing by. And then Thursday I should be live in the evening. High the kite by then. I'm going to be plunged back into the cold again. Won't be that much colder, but it'll be a bit chilly. Please hit the thumbs up button if you're in and enjoying just hanging out a little bit on the B channel today. I appreciate all you. We finally had a big meltdown. All of the fruit trees are a riot of blooms. I'm so relaxed today. I got the windows down. I just can't believe it. March can be problematic here. It can be good or it can be horrific. We don't know yet. January was great. February was okay. So I'm supposed to go to the White House on Tuesday. Like I said, I'm sure I'll be able to get a picture, but I don't know if I'll be able to video. You know, they see a selfie stick. Oh, hell no. They think I'm going to go postal in there and be hunting down the whoever. Somebody got drilled at Mar-a-Lago. The hell's this guy beeping about? How you doing, Shimei? I did it my way. Everybody's just kind of laying around today. Walking to Mar-a-Lago. You're playing Grand Theft Auto 5, the Santa Rosa edition, yeah. You just don't know what some of these freaks are thinking. So many people are so deranged these days. How you doing, Kelly? Wish I could go to sleep right here. Oh, the bank. You can fondle your Canadian notes. Fondle your notes. I wonder if Canadian money has the king's head on it. I don't know. Yeah, go to sleep right next to you. If I were there, that's... I won't sleep, but I'm super comfortable today because the weather's so glorious. I know it has an expiration date on it, but it's nice. Katy Perry on it now. Is she still dating the former prime minister or president? Prime minister, the Grand Poobah. It's like when she went up to low stratospheric atmosphere, it's like it sucked her brain out. Miss Astronaut. It's like her brain got sucked out, and it's very punishing. Every time you go to the Fremont Street Experience, you gotta hear at 8 o'clock it's Katy Perry time. Then Stone Temple Pilots. You just go through there, you just feel like begging somebody to just rip your sack off and just end it. Just end it. I don't even know what crap they listen to anymore. I don't know. I got no idea. I got no idea. Please check in on the East Wing construction progress. Well, the only thing I was told about that was, I don't know who put a lawsuit in to stop the construction, and that was knocked down by the court today. Makes you feel like you're like almost in the last days of the Roman Empire, Corky. Have you ever watched League of Gentlemen BBC series? I have not. I've heard about it. I think all the foundation work is proceeding right along. They got excited a while here, but the air ran out of the protest balloon pretty fast again. People don't know what the hell to protest. So every once in a while I get a letter from Indivisible and just saying, you got any ideas about what's next and all that? I got no idea. I'm on the edge of Rome waiting for the fire. And then, like I said yesterday, Starbucks strike quietly ended. Not a peep, not a sound. They just withdrew back to their jobs. A waste of 3 months from Thanksgiving till the 24th of February. And the company said, Dr. Frankenstein, okay, you've got the right to bargain, but it doesn't mean that we have to bargain. You can't force people to come to the bargaining table, especially if, yeah, thank you, Russ, especially if you're operations are running just fine. Sleep in the car, but that's it. So that union or whatever just destroyed their credibility. You have to have essential skills that are hard to replace. Yeah, I think they found that out. No, they've been on strike since Thanksgiving because they want a contract, but the company's not negotiating one. And then they saw the writing on the wall because people started drifting back to work. And they just decided to call it off. It's like Corky said, when you're not an essential employee. They teach you how to make the joy juice and you make it. Shimei, what did Shimei work in at? Did Shimei work in a Starbucks or something like that? I think Shimei was slinging something in the store. I don't know what the hell it was. So they found out that the job isn't really that valuable. Oh, Borders books. Yeah, I remember Borders. Was it a hard job, Shimei, to be a barista? Did you feel the pressure? Did you fold under pressure? Shit. Oh, damn, Corky. Man, how much roach material. They tell me, Corky, that's good protein. Why aren't we charging here? What's going on? Could be we got a bent little wiener here. I don't know. Did this wiener break? Yeah, I think that wiener. No, I can't cook, but I gave free mocha latte. Isn't that nice? Ooh. You see how nice Shimei is? Corky knows what I'm saying is true. So that, and you don't even get, when the strike began, there was tremendous news coverage of the strike. Tremendous. All during Thanksgiving. These poor people were out here walking the line. Yeah, they're trying to get more money. I don't blame them. Then at the end of it, you get one little line on a Reuters flash. Starbucks strike ends today. What strike? How you doing, monkey boy? I'm waiting for Corky to say something pithy. The roach material in the coffee was pretty darn good. know why all these messages are being hid. Weird. Fire in the rain. It's all under the theory, Corky, that water seeks its own level. In other words, if it was making an impact on Starbucks, they would have come to the table. And I think people had to learn that just because you have the right to negotiate a contract doesn't mean that the other side feels it's important to negotiate with you. That was the missing piece of the equation. We have this, I did a video about this upcoming Screen Actors Guild deal in June. You can't replace us. Yeah, they take the vendor's fee, and then if they find something in their cellosphere, Costco does the same thing. They'll welcome new products to come in, and they'll keep an eye on it. Their artificial intelligence systems flag something like, oh, this night serum is really taking off from this company. Wow. I mean, look at this, man. They're selling tens of thousands of units. It's $60 wow, we do the math, dude. So they'll bring that product in, reverse engineer it, make their own Amazon product, their own Kirkland product, put it right on the shelf, right next to Maggie's Marvelous Magic Cream. Make it $10 cheaper, and people will be like, oh, wow. Yeah, there it is. That must be the equivalent of it. Oh, those corporations are so greedy. So eventually they tell you, well, to offset this, here's what you can do. You can advertise. Now you pour more money into your product, and all it does is increase Amazon's product sales or Costco's product sales. That's it. That's it. That's the whole enchilada right there. That's how Costco, Amazon destroy entrepreneurship. They invite you to come in, sell your product, and then they grab you by the nuts and they de-sack you. And you're like, wow, why would they put their own product to compete against mine? I don't have the profit margin to do. Now they want me to advertise. The price is great. This system is so rigged. these days. Took me a while to figure out what their MO was, but I finally figured it out. Yeah, Costco's fine. I like Costco too. I get the big fat chicken, I make the soup, I'm happy. But if I ever came up with a good idea, people get sucked in by, oh, all the mass distribution is great. They don't see the downside that they've got their eye on you. They got their eye on you. The only problem with prepping before was it blew out the idea of prepping, and I was on the part of that because we were way too early. TR prepper and all that. Who's the guy that died of diabetes? I can't remember. In Philadelphia there. Prepper or something. Now, food security is going to be a real issue coming up. Dry beans will keep forever. Rice will keep forever. Amazon's not crazy. They're crazy like a fox. They see which chickens are fat in their hen house. And in the middle of the night, they go in there and squeeze the neck so that chicken can't even squawk. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos is floating around the world with his honey, trying to figure out ways that he can extend his life another 50, 80 years. Crazy stuff, Elmer. I guess Germany's in the slipstream of all this shit. Deutschland überall. Corky knows what's up. They will be uploaded their Android live forever. Till some slob from the janitorial department accidentally kicks the plug out one night. Ooh. Oh shit. What? Or accidentally spills a coffee on the console. It's just like, damn, I gotta stop being so clumsy on the job. Yeah, and the reboot doesn't bring it up. Well, what are we gonna do about Mr. Bezos? His brain is over there. Put him in the Ted Williams wing. Better yet, pardon my language. He can go fuck himself. The janitor's like, F him. He ripped off my brother-in-law's business. Damn, what a world, man. I reckon I gotta eat this chocolate bar. This boy's been floating around the car for a year. I don't even know if they have expiration date. I don't know. What a world. And still we have the Hershey bar. The joy of the Hershey bar. This is a nice treat. I figure I better eat it before it disintegrates. So how about that today? Caesars in Vegas throws in the towel and puts itself on the market. Which is the same as saying we don't know how to make this turkey fly. All the Caesars properties. It tells you all you need to know. Why in the hell does this thing keep not charging? Damn, man. I don't know. I guess we cooked this thing. Well, the Fertitas, who have station casinos and all that, I think they're the ones that expressed an interest. Will you come to my funeral? All expenses paid. What does that mean, deja vu? You have to be able to read between the lines in life. No company puts itself on the block unless it feels like its internal options to run the company have run their course. We have all this debt, we have declining revenue, It's not a good brew. Yeah, but because I got this thing kind of at an angle. I didn't want to really use the good one, but it's a little more substantial than this limp dick one I got. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Solid as a rock. That tells you the reality of what's going on. It's, Corky, no senior management ever wants to give up their position of privilege. Ever. But they sat in that conference room in Las Vegas and they said, you know what, boys? We can go down with the ship or we can rescue our reputations. Hand off this turkey. And he says, because I'm not going to go down with this ship. There's no way that they can pay. There's no way that they can pay what they owe. They also recognize, they look over to California, they look to LA, they look to San Francisco, San Jose, Santa Clara, and they don't like what they see. It is creepy, Corky, because there's an unvoiced message. The Las Vegas Review-Journal can't talk about it because casinos advertise heavily in their paper and on their website. It's like everybody's got to pretend that I don't have a will. I leave it to the good graces of the state. I like to think of people fighting over crap. Boy. I have no idea what the hell's going on here. Make sure charger's supported and not damaged. That helped. These damn cords, man. These cords suck a mongoose's butt. Yeah, I just want the state to take it all. That's my philosophy. If it doesn't fit, just make it fit. I'm so tough on these things, I probably snap that thing. Who in the hell knows? That's what I do. I see the little lightning shine, so I'm assuming it's charging. Oh, man. So there it is. I knew things in Vegas were going to be tough. But now you got the Fertitta family, the brothers, the one's the ambassador to Italy or something. And they're going to come in and they're going to make it a value proposition. And they're going to tell you the old Vegas is back, Dr. Frankenstein. The old Vegas is back. Yeah, most of the states have very equitable systems for people that don't have a will. Well, Dr. Frankenstein, they're going to try to bring the old Vegas back. The only solution in their mind is to come out and say, okay, we porked you guys. They put their little masks on in their hats, felt hats, and they're like, yeah, we did that to you, sorry. We learned our lesson. We're pleased to announce on September 1st that the buffets return to all Caesars properties at a very reduced price. Yeah, I'm sorry, baby, but I have changed. The value of Vegas is back. You can hear the Las Vegas tourism office. Value Vegas is back. We've waived resort fees and parking fees at all Caesars properties. What did those sons of bitches do? Holy smoke, how are we going to compete against that? I mean, what's the alternative, Dr. Frankenstein? You say that word bankruptcy in Vegas, which is seldom uttered. They'll tell you, you'll never get a gaming license. Figure it out. Las Vegas doesn't go bankrupt. Well, I wouldn't count on loose slots. Smart people knew that the slot game was rigged 2 years ago. All you had to do was sit down in a Buffalo Gold game to know. All you have to have is any kind of a decent memory. Yeah, you're looking out there with the music stops. I don't hear a thing. Mr. Sullivan, I'm looking out the window and I don't hear a thing. So what do we do about it? Sell it all. Right. Can we do that, Sam? Yeah, but it's gonna come at a dear price. I said be first, be the best, or cheat. Now, I don't cheat. Always be first, Elmer. Always be closing. A, B, C. Oh, do I have your attention now? You, put that coffee down. Yeah, you. Dr. Frankenstein says coffee's for closers. Oh, you think this is funny? Funny is you're fired. If I was Mitch and Murray, I'd fire the lot of you. What a great movie, man. It takes brass balls. That's it. Metallica is at the residency at the Sphere LA. They've got, it's a fine line, Dr. Frankenstein. Here's the problem with the Sphere. You have so much overhead that you've got to figure out a way to entertain as cheaply as you can so that more of every ticket dollar goes to debt servicing. So yeah, Metallica is cheaper than U2. Katy Perry is cheaper than Taylor Swift. So somebody sits there and thinks, using AI, what is our greatest probability potential to pay down some of this debt? Your greatest potential possibility, considering what groups are now available for booking, would be to book Metallica for an extended stay at the Sphere. Does anybody know who in the hell it is? Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care about love, about time? That's the way all of Vegas is running right now, Doctor. Running scared. Probably since it's LED, not as much as you think it would, but the sunk cost of the construction, all the computer operations, it's a tidy sum. $1,000 for 2 people in parking, exactly. Let me tell you, the slobs in my neighborhood, myself included, can't afford that. Maybe Amanda hug and kiss. She's, oh, well, I believe entertainment is very important. Okay. Meanwhile, your portfolio's gutted, but you go right ahead. In other words, Corky, though that target audience, that finite number of people that could pay the $1,000 for 2 tickets and parking, is every day boom, boom. It's like popping bubbles, boom, 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 boom. And ain't nobody overseas want to come over. The average Canadian wants to take a dump on Vegas. I mean, you got to have a lot of butts in the seats at the Sphere to even then. So all of this entertainment, all of these Taylor Swift tickets, all of this shit is all dependent on people having the perception that they can afford that. But once mom and dad comes home and say, shit, I got shit canned today. Well, George, you'll do fine. You always seem to find another job in the tech industry. I think I'd be better. Yeah, I think I'd be better to learn how to make donuts. You don't got a Chinaman's chance, man. They will pay. Yeah, well, young people, I can understand that. I can't see the post. It's slightly white text. Yeah, we did, Jack. We're saying a lot that's meaningful. Don't be jealous now. Don't be jealous because you never had an original thought in your life. It's okay. As the great Professor Kingsfield said, you come into this chat with a skull full of mush, and you leave thinking like a lawyer. This is what we give out here. This is what we're giving out for free. And we're looking forward to a good athletics baseball season too. You come in here with a skull full of mush and you leave thinking like a lawyer. We like to have lively debate in here, Jack. We like to have lively debate. All are welcome, all are welcome. All are welcome in this place. Oh, do 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 do. Yeah, anytime somebody, it's always the same person, Dr. Frankenstein. They don't have the brain capacity to remind themselves, don't put LOL at the end of it. Might as well wear a cowbell around the neck. It's the same person with like 50 or 100 alts. And they always LOL. Their own comments. That's usually indicative of a mom's basement dweller. It's geezer. Geezer's more intelligent. I've had such a good time today. The weather's been superb. The days are getting longer, the days of wine and roses. Those days of wine and roses. La do 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 do. La do 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 do. La boo boo. Boo 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 boo. I'm really enjoying these low-key live streams over here. They're really nice. I can actually hear the birds singing. Listen to the birds. No, I just feel really good because today, Buttercup Baby, is the first time in like 3 weeks. It's been a delightfully beautiful day with sunny skies, warm temperatures. This is the first time I haven't had a sweatshirt on, a Champion or Puma, since probably, I don't know, November. The birds are gonna. But you think about Vegas, Corky. And you think about how hard it is to make the nut down there. And how they've got to tell people nickel and dime, take the slot machines down to the legal minimum payout requirement. But people will they won't enjoy, they won't come back. F them. They'll always come back. Oh, I'm gonna be packing tomorrow. I gotta take some gear for the White House. Now you tell me what a buyer does, Corky, that heads in there. The Fertitta brothers, they open the books on Caesars. It's like, holy smokes. You guys got torpedo holes in the bottom of the ship here. Whew, no thanks. I'll tell you what we'll do though. I'll tell you what we'll do. You guys pull the plug on Chap 11, and we'll be the vultures feeding on assets for sale. That's how we can be of the greatest service to you. F you, get out of my office. The great Caesars never did bankruptcy ever. I don't know. I don't know, Ronnie. I don't know. I don't know. I have to protect my family too. I'm known to be a source of embarrassment, so I've got to be, as the Wicked Witch of the West said, these things have to be handled delicately. Delicately. You can't just go ramming in and So I'll tell you what they did today, Corky. They took advantage of that announcement to blow out whatever insider stock they could. Better half a loaf than none. Donald's desk. I don't know. It might just be a candy ass tour. I don't know. I had to fill out a whole thing and send it in. I might get held up at the gate. But I'll tell you one thing, you ain't going in with no selfie stick. You're going to get nunchucks to the head. The president's a president. I'm always a supporter. Clinton, Obama, everybody. If you're in that White House seat, I love our country. I represent, Jack, what patriotism used to mean before division beset upon the land here. Just remember, Jack, it's an ill wind that blows no good. After the nice snow, checking in on the construction project. You probably have a 15-minute briefing beforehand. Welcome to the White House. There's several things we need to go over before we go in. Everyone will need their real ID available. You will not be allowed to do any type of self-guided tour. You must stick with the person that arranged the tour. You may not take videos. You are permitted to take photographs. Are there any questions? Yes. Will there be like a lunch or something? My wiener broke 4 years ago. That's great, Russ. Maybe not great in a sense, but I'm just saying. Out you pixies.
You went too long.
Yeah, we were served real drinks for men would want to get drunk. Out you pixies. Get me, I'm giving wings. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. It is a perfect scene. That movie had a ton of perfect scenes in it. Frank Capra was a heck of a director. Boy, it's nice to see it's getting dark later. We're still in the golden hour here. We haven't seen Miss Tree in a long time. Don't forget, we will be live on the A channel. It's not going to be a long one tomorrow, but we'll be live. People seem to really like these bobos. Those days of wine and roses. La dee 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 dee, ba ba looey boo, ba boo boo, boo 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 boo. Oh, Roosevelt, you are so fine. Let's see what's going on downtown tonight. Plus 489 Mustang. Oh, that's a real field piece. Do 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 do. Yeah, the good life, let it happen. Do 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 do. Yeah, the good life. La da do 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 do. La do boo 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 boo. I don't think the White House, what if I saw Carolyn Levitt with that? I'd have a lot of explaining to do. Macy's, where America shops for value. Sorry, that was Sears. Those days of wine and roses, la do 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 do, la ba do boo do, baba Louie, baba Lou, boo 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 boo. Those days. Oh, it's Tweaker Boy. Haven't seen him in a while. Oh boy. Corky's right on it. Oh man, shit, what's going on? Oh, they got something going on over here. We're not going to be able to whiz here. They got a police dog there. San Rafael police. What the hell? We got all these police from everywhere. I guess they're doing some type of dog training. We got Kern County. We ain't going to be taking a whiz there. We ain't going to be taking no whiz there, Corky. And we know the Wizatorium is closed. They probably took the thing out. That thing was so disgusting. You always had somebody sleeping in it, crapping in it. So we're just going to have to hold it. We're just going to have to hold it. How you doing, Joni? What is going on tonight? How you go? How you go? Any protesting tonight? Are the protesters out tonight? I don't care if it's sunny or bright. On account of I can only protest with you. Do, 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 do. La ba bee 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 bee. Cause I only have eyes for you. Looks pretty quiet tonight. Ting Hao is probably going strong. How you go with some shrimp fried rice? How you go? Joni, when are you going to go truck camp and get some video of being out on the road? Let's see you out in the beast. Those days of wine and roses. Do, 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 do. Santa Rosa Pharmacy. Oh, the library's open. The library is open. Man, what a dope. Bike boy almost smashed into the side of me. $69 degrees. Can you imagine? Days of wine and protests. Do, 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 do. It's from Waft Bank. Bravo boy is flying down there. It's another boarded up ATM. These lights are all jacked up. made it through the light of doom. The light of doom. Do 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 do. Lot that do 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 do. La do 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 do. Do 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 do. Like that family sits out there with their booze at night, right on the street. What a beautiful day. We should get the gear and go crabbing tonight. Get a couple fat boys. Hey, Scottish. Don't even think of it, dude. Ooh. Do-do. Park your car up on the grass. Everybody's doing it. Save your ass. Save your car from being smashed by slobs on the road. by being smashed like slobs on the road. Looks like they packed up the yard sale for the day. Come on, people, now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Oh, boy. Oh, do 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 do. There we go. Are the birds out tonight? Care if your sack is sunny or bright. The mystery vehicle. Oh boy. First order of business is to whiz. You can be on the cat observation deck. Oh, I thought that slob, was that slob out there? I don't know. While I pee. Hello, Amanda. Hug and kiss. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sorry to hear Hug and Kiss isn't feeling well. I don't think people like it if you eat peanuts on an airplane in a shell. That'd be my guess. I don't think they're going to be raving about that. All right, let's get the evening news. A little KPFA to brighten. Ooh. Ooh, what the hell's going on? It's a holiday season. Oh yeah, that's right, peanut allergies. I forgot.
For allegedly producing so-called ghost guns from his own home, KCBS's Ken Duffy has more from outside the Santa Clara County Hall of Justice.
It was a very year.
With him, closed doors. But when posted her opening statement online, it says she never
Epstein files. I'm so sick of the Epstein files.
Former President Bill Clinton were called to testify and threatened with subpoenas. Republican James Comer, chair of the House Oversight Committee, justified the call for their testimony, noting that Ghislaine Maxwell was Epstein's main co-conspirator.
We know that obviously Maxwell was, I guess, at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. There weren't many people that went to that wedding, so
Chelsea
again, we're
Clinton's
not
wedding.
accusing Hillary Clinton of
Jizzbag
wrongdoing.
Maxwell.
We know that Jeffrey Epstein said
How about that?
in emails that he was the first person to raise money for the Clinton Initiative, the Clinton Foundation, that he solicited money at some of his properties for the Clinton Foundation. Again, that's not saying anything's illegal, but there are a lot of questions pertaining to Secretary Clinton with respect to Epstein and his involvement in the Clinton Initiative and her relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Clinton's deposition was briefly paused after a Republican committee member, Lauren Boebert, took a photo of Clinton testifying, an apparent violation of House rules. Clinton advisor Nick Merrill spoke to reporters during the pause.
There were some photographs shared on social media, which is against chamber rules that were read at the top of the meeting. So the hearing has been paused briefly while they figure out where the photo came from and why possibly members of Congress are violating House rules.
Democratic members of the House committee blasted the process in a news conference. They say they want to hear from former President Bill Clinton and also from current President Donald Trump.
Epstein.
Representative Robert Garcia of California is the committee's ranking Democrat.
Damn. This boy really, this boy was really something, wasn't he?
Then we asked President Trump to testify in front of our committee and be deposed in front of oversight Republicans and Democrats. And that should happen immediately. He is the person that appears almost more than anyone else in the committee, and it needs to happen right now.
Democrat Yasmin Ansari of Arizona says the Republican-controlled committee is not serious about the Epstein investigation.
And today we are
This Epstein, man, what a plague on the world this guy was.
where members of Congress and the Republican Party are more
Elmer, what do you think of the Epstein?
Of Secretary Clinton than actually
Hey, Amethyst.
getting the truth and holding anyone accountable.
She also emphasized that young people are watching.
If the most powerful people in the United States of America, the elite and rich and powerful men and women, are able to get away with these crimes, then we are sending a horrible message to young people in this country that powerful people will always protect themselves and the rule of law does not apply to everyone.
Reporting for Pacifica Radio News KPFA, I'm Christopher Martinez.
Democrats are calling on
Where's
President Donald
Flashpoint
Trump to
with Dennis
testify about
Feinstein?
his relations to the late pedophile and financier Jeffrey Epstein, in light that former Bill Clinton is slated to testify tomorrow, Friday. This comes after media reports the Department of Justice withheld
I didn't know he was a
claim
pedo.
that was from being released in the Epstein files that was made against Trump, accusing him of sexually
I thought it was
abusing
like a
minor
Diddy
decades
party.
ago. Senate Democrat leader Chuck Schumer condemned Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Trump administration's Department of Justice today.
There's a massive cover-up going on in the Justice Department to protect Donald Trump and people associated with Jeffrey Epstein. As we expected, Trump, Bondi, and their missions and their minions have played games with the release of these files. They released some documents that they
I
wanted
guess
and continue to hide others.
Chucky Schumer didn't get an invite to Epstein Island, so he's probably a little bit sore.
What is Bondi trying to hide? President Trump, what are you trying to hide?
Schumer said his caucus in the coming days will review
Einstein.
unredacted versions of the
Einstein.
Epstein files at the Department of Justice. The DOJ said Wednesday it was looking into whether it had improperly withheld documents from the Epstein files after the reports that some records involving accusations against the president were not released to the public. It said on social media that if any document is found to have been improperly withheld and is responsive to the federally enacted law mandating the file's release, the department would, of course,
It just never
publish
ends,
it.
man.
Trump has consistently denied any wrongdoing in connection with Epstein. Massachusetts Senator Democrat Elizabeth Warren is calling for an
Man, they've had
investigation
presidents
and
of
congressional
universities
hearings into
resign.
the big banks that financed Epstein. The Epstein files show large banking investigations into Epstein noted his conviction of trying to solicit a minor in 2008 and his
Okay.
long connections to Jean-Luc Brunel, and accusations against Brunel that he used a modeling company to traffic young women. For years,
He must
the
have
large
known
banks
Roman
continued to
Polanski.
provide Epstein with millions
Hey,
of dollars
Doreen.
in loans and credits.
And that's why I've been calling on Trump's bank regulators to launch an investigation. They have the authority to fine executives or even ban them from the industry entirely if they engaged in misconduct. And what have they done? Absolutely nothing. So here's what I think. If Trump's regulators refuse to act, Congress needs to do something now. Congress should be holding hearings to investigate the big banks that helped Epstein in
Those
his
big,
crimes.
ugly
Americans
banks.
deserve accountability.
Half of the Democrats are in the files too.
Republican Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina
Nobody
wants to
gets
know
away.
the extent of Epstein's relations
Nobody's
to the
left
CIA
standing in there.
after released documents reveal as late as 2018, the late pedophile received a top secret security clearance to enter SCIF, Sensitive Compartmented Information Facility, used for handling classified national security data by the CIA.
It's like an equal
the
across
FBI,
everybody.
and other agencies. It's unknown who gave Epstein that clearance or why. A letter from Mace last week notes the
That's why it's so
dumped
funny.
millions of documents show Epstein had several connections to
Equal
the CIA
opportunity.
going back decades, including business
How you doing,
ties to
JT?
individuals involved in the CIA's Iran-Contra scandal. One of Epstein's first clients was Adnan Khashoggi, the Saudi arms dealer who was the central middleman in the CIA's Iran-Contra operation that sold weapons to Iran and used the proceeds to fund right-wing militias in Nicaragua, destabilizing the socialist country. The scandal was also blamed for shipping drugs into the U.S., primarily cocaine, and aiding to the crack epidemic in the U.S., as reported by the late journalist Gary Webb. Epstein also worked for Douglas Lee.
Man, Epstein was really everywhere, wasn't he, this guy?
Epstein had contact with former Biden-era CIA Director William Burns,
Wow.
who's a career foreign diplomat. And Epstein oversaw the repurposing of CIA front contractor Southern Air Transport planes that were once used for smuggling guns and possibly drugs, to then be repurposed and used to ship
Doctor, I'm
lingerie
saying this
for
guy,
Leslie
how did he
Wexner,
have time to
Victoria's Secret CEO.
How did he have time to
testified
find a
last
pin
week before
cushion?
the House Oversight Committee. Despite these connections, Mesa's letter to the CIA Director John Ratcliffe says the agency has refused to confirm or deny any connection to Epstein, claiming the information itself classified. Mace is demanding the CIA identify any records relating to Epstein and his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, make those records available for
I don't know,
congressional
man.
review, and disclose them to the public.
I'm
as
impressed in
permitted
kind of a
by law.
psychotic way. This guy
Talks
was
between
busy.
the U.S. and Iran, with Oman mediating, ended with no set deal today as a threat of war looms over Iran's uranium enrichment program. Talks are to resume early next week in Vienna, near the headquarters of the United Nations
honeypot.
nuclear watchdog across the Danube in Austria.
Wow.
Iranian and U.S. envoys reportedly presented proposals far apart. But after talks, Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi stressed diplomacy. His comments translated
I'm
by
surprised
Al
that
Jazeera.
Maxwell is still alive.
خب امروز میتونم بگم که یکی از
This was one of the most serious and longest talks you've had with the US. 4 hours of talks in the morning, then 2.5 in the evening in an indirect way through Oman.
میتونم بگم که در این چندین ساعت
I can say that we had good progress, and we've seriously begun discussing the semblance of an agreement, both in relation to the nuclear issue and sanctions as well. On some issues, we managed to bridge some gaps. Naturally, we have differences on some others, but maybe more than before, both sides are serious about...
I don't know, doctor. This stuff is so far over my head.
The Wall Street Journal's reporting the Trump administration's demands include Iran dismantle its 3 main nuclear sites, abandon its uranium enrichment efforts
The good
to
old
zero,
Wall Street Journal.
and transfer all uranium enriched to 60% to the United States. Proposals Iran is rejecting. Al Jazeera's reporting Iran's counterproposal includes a temporary suspension of its uranium enrichment program and lowering its enrichment uranium stockpile under the purview of the UN's nuclear watchdog. Iran rejecting U.S. calls for zero enrichment or scrapping its uranium program. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has built up a massive fleet of armed forces headed to the region, including the USS Gerald Ford, the world's largest aircraft carrier, and some 300 military aircraft along with it. Another
That takes
US
a lot of
carrier
money, man.
near Oman. The Wall Street Journal's also reporting the Trump
That
administration
takes a lot of
has
money to
deployed
move an aircraft carrier.
F-22 Raptor combat jets to Israel, in what the publication calls the first U.S. combat aircraft deployment to Israel for a potential wartime mission. This comes as a report by Politico says high-level advisors to President Trump would prefer it if Israel strikes Iran first. The White House evaded response to the publication, suggesting it's media speculation, and the Israeli embassy did not comment. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was at the White House last week to press the U.S. to derail Iran's nuclear program. Some Pentagon officials and lawmakers are warning prolonged U.S. strikes in Iran could further stress U.S. military stockpiles after providing support to Israel and Ukraine for years. Here's Senate Minority Leader
I wonder what we have in the
Schumer.
stockpile.
The administration should come clean and tell the American people exactly what the goal is in Iran. I've always said that confronting Iran and halting its nuclear ambitions requires a strategy, clarity, transparency. But thus far, we're getting none of that from the administration. The American people deserve answers.
In Congress, there's growing support for a bipartisan war powers
Oh, man,
resolution.
that felt
on
so
Iran.
good. Cheers.
Democratic House leadership now backing a resolution by Silicon Valley progressive Democrat Ro Khanna and Kentucky Republican Thomas Massie to require an act of Congress before striking Iran. A statement from the party's House leadership says the Iranian regime is brutal and destabilizing, seen mostly in the recent killing of thousands of protesters. However, they note, undertaking a war of choice in the Middle East without a full understanding of all the attendant risks to our service members and to escalation is reckless. We maintain any such action would be unconstitutional without consultation with and authorization from Congress. A bipartisan war powers resolution is also in the Senate. Ohio Democrat Tim Kaine told Drop Site News His resolution with Kentucky Republican Rand Paul will be heard soon.
A war with Iran would be a grand disaster, completely unnecessary. My constituents don't want it, and they especially don't want a president to take us into war without an adequate debate about the reasons, the rationale, what we hope to accomplish, and so that's why I'm going to force a vote on it.
Do you have any idea of like why or for whom we're even thinking of attacking Iran for in the first place? Like,
I do not. The president, claimed that the nuclear program was completely obliterated, and now he's saying we may go to war and stop their nuclear program, so I don't have any idea.
The Trump administration is trying to justify a strike by warning Iran is days away from developing a nuclear weapon, something Vice President J.D. Vance reiterated today. Iran's pursuit of higher-grade uranium occurred after Donald Trump withdrew from a nuclear deal between Iran and other world leaders during his first administration. He called the Obama-era deal one of the dumbest deals I'd ever seen. It allowed for very low-level uranium enrichment. Trump withdrew from the deal during his last presidency, leading to Iran's ramped-up efforts on uranium enrichment to near.
I'll tell you,
weapons
the
grade.
president always
Iran
speaks
has
his
long
mind.
rejected claims it's seeking to build a nuclear
I don't know if
bomb.
I would stick him in the
Tuesday,
diplomatic
Foreign
corps.
Minister Aragachi took to social media and wrote, quote, Iran will under no circumstances ever develop a nuclear weapon. Neither will we Iranians ever forego our right to harness the dividends of peaceful nuclear technology for our people, unquote. Last week, the UN's nuclear watchdog, International Atomic Energy Agency head Rafael Grossi said his agency had not seen any evidence Iran is working to develop nuclear weapons. The Financial Times is reporting Iran now looking to sweeten a deal with Trump by offering U.S. investments in the country's mineral resources in what the Times calls a commercial bonanza. This includes the nation's oil and gas, mining, and critical minerals to thwart U.S.
Just
aggression.
surprised this Jeffrey
Foreign policy
Epstein guy.
analysts are
How are there
comparing
enough
Trump's
hours in
actions
a
to those
day
that led up to the US
to do
war,
all?
noting Trump has claimed Iran is developing a long-range missile that can reach the U.S., a claim Iran is rejecting. Then President George W. Bush in 2002-2003 claimed Iran was developing weapons of mass destruction to justify the long war in the Middle East. That claim remains unfounded.
It's the KPFA Evening
You
News
are
from
listening
Berkeley.
to the Pacifica Evening News on KPFA in Berkeley, California, KFCF in Fresno, KPFA.
You always have to
in
get
LA.
both sides
I'm
of the
Christina
story.
Onnested in the studios with Lauren Schmidt. Good evening, Lauren. We're in the middle of our midwinter pledge drive. Our goal is to raise $2,000 during this broadcast, and we're going to take a quick break to ask for your support. The number to call to pledge support for independent media, commercial-free media that is only supported by the listener is 1-800-439-5732.
It's always important to tune in to both sides, Doctor.
KPFA.org. Lauren.
Absolutely. This newscast, KPFA, a precious resource.
It's a precious resource.
Lose. Christina, we are a small but scrappy news team working day in and day out to bring you the news straight up on the original grassroots community radio station, KPFA, and we are proud to do it, but we cannot do it without you. To sweeten the deal, we have a $1,000 match from Alexandria in Berkeley. Thank you so much, Alexandria. That means your support is doubled during this news hour. And thank you to everyone who helped us meet last night's match from Joseph in Arcata. That means double the impact to keep this newscast on the air. And tonight we are hoping to do it again. Every single contribution counts.
Everybody just do your job. That's what I say.
At kpfa.org or that's 800-KPFA. And in today's newscast, we've covered the going to hear my story on efforts by Democratic members of Congress to safeguard elections, trying to condense the ongoing attacks on voting rights into a 7-minute report is not easy, but it makes me proud to know that no matter what comes next for American democracy, KPFA, Pacifica Evening News will be here to keep us informed.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing to have a voter ID.
Which is sponsored by
Most
community
89%
media.
of Americans are in favor
On
of it.
top of that, you know, Christina, in your last piece, Trump officials are signaling the possibility of military action against Iran.
I think I smell a rat,
Representative
Dr.
O'Connor
Frankenstein.
and Massey are planning to force a war powers vote. What could happen before that? And
The Senate as well,
when we
as we've just reported.
when we hear something like that, I mean, we take it seriously. Christina and I actually met this afternoon to discuss our contingency plans, because if breaking news happens, we are ready to go live Monday through Sunday, 24/7. We've done it before, providing live coverage during
I'll
the
tell you,
abductions
Dr.
of
Frankenstein, you hit my crack
live
up button, I'll
reporting
tell
on the
you.
Department of Homeland Security officials and the
To me, we got a lot of pixies on both sides of the aisle there.
and staffing our news desk over Super Bowl weekend amid immigration enforcement threats.
We were
prepared
staffing
because
our
this is a
news
duty,
desk during
and
Super
it is an
Bowl.
honor to serve an informed community. It's a responsibility that we take extremely seriously. However, it is a two-way street, and we need your support to quite literally keep the lights on, keep the mics powered, and to keep coming to you live when it matters most. We are not
1-800-439-5732 is the number to call. Again, that's 1-800-439-5732.
30 million dead, depending on the breaks.
KPFA.org. We have a match on the line, a goal of raising $2,000. Lauren, I want to get to the news because we have a lot of it here. So let's continue on. Saudi Arabia could have some form of uranium enrichment within the kingdom under a proposed nuclear deal with the United States. That's according to congressional documents and an arms control group.
Yeah,
Both
wait
US
till they
President Donald Trump
overthrow
and
the
Joe Biden
royal,
trying to reach a nuclear deal with a despotic kingdom to share
Asi,
US
Alu,
technology.
Allah Saddam,
Non-proliferation
Adi,
has warned any
Alu,
city,
Allah
center,
di di
region
di
in
da.
Saudi Arabia could open the door to a possible weapons program for the kingdom. The kingdom's assertive crown prince have suggested he could pursue a nuclear
Sound
weapon
like a
if
prince.
Tehran obtains an atomic bomb. Saudi Arabia still faces
I wonder if they
lawsuits
liked,
over financing
I wonder if they like
groups linked to
Prince.
the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Specifically, the airplane hijackers who flew planes.
That's
into the
America
towers.
today, Dr.
It's also
Frankenstein.
responsible for the killing and dismembering
You'll
US
never, this is
Saudi
why I say
journalists
these
Jamal
these people,
Khashoggi.
everybody's locked in forever. There's no ever coming out again.
Communicating with American officials following the fatal shooting of a U.S. boat in Cuban waters. The government says
I think they had a few adventurers that wanted to start a little uprising there.
For information of those involved and what means they used to organize the trip. KPFA's Lauren Schmidt has more.
Cuba's government said that the 10 passengers on a boat that opened fire on its soldiers were armed Cubans living in the United States.
Oh, sounds like a little, like mini Bay of Pigs going on there, eh? All right, guys, well, I'm going to let you guys hash it out. I'm closing it down for the night. I've had a good time. Be kind to each other, no matter what your political beliefs are. We're still happy to be here in this nation. Make sure to thank our moderators here for everything you do. Thank you guys for a blast this afternoon. I had a great time. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, everybody else. Buttercup, baby, good to see you tonight. I'm glad everything is all right with you. To Jerry and everybody else, have a wonderful night. See you on tomorrow.
Carried out in a national territory or in other countries in connection with acts of terrorism.